Welcome to Catch Her Spark with Jen Maldonado. These are conversations with women who are building meaningful careers, stepping into leadership, and designing life on their own.
Hi, everyone. Super honored with today's guest, Marina. And I am really excited because we're talking to one of those women that have an amazing eye for art, consulting, technical background, but also she's a marketing consultant and she brings such a different approach on a strategy about brand, how to become an entrepreneur. She's a trainer, she's a speaker, she's a business leader, and she can help you scale your business through marketing. So I'm really excited. So guys, let me please help me welcome Marina. Marina, how are you today?
Thank you, Jen. I'm doing pretty good. We had some good rain here overnight, and it's spring, so all great. Thank you. Thank you for having me
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to hear your story. And I know the women listening and the other population too, right, will be very excited about getting to know Marina. Marina, can you share with us or tell us what you do?
Yeah, definitely. So, right now, I'm a founder and CEO at Growth Channel. We are an advertising platform for media agencies and brands to do their programmatic media. And prior to that, I had two other businesses, which I successfully exited. And prior to that, also worked with some of the enterprises, such as Philips and Allianz, to help them build digital marketing capabilities. That was back in Europe. So I've got like experience on the brand side, agency side, the tech platform side of things. So really excited to share some of my experience and learnings with you all today.
Wow, that sounds amazing. A vast experience in businesses. Um, so I'm very curious about this because everyone have a story on how they get to do what they do. How did you get started in this line of work?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. I mean, in the technical side of things, so here I started because I wanted to get something that's scalable and something that's kind of, that I want to address in the market. And in general, like in marketing, this is kind of going back to college. So I just happened to study marketing and then I just happened to work in marketing and it just kind of flew from there. So yeah, this has been kind of interesting. I really think like, oh, why did I end up here? But overall, in the tech side of things is really exciting for me because it's more scalable than service. And so like if you compare it to like an agency work, right, where you have to like hire more to do more versus on the technology side, if you got like the technical stack and the platform, I feel like it's more scalable and it's also something where you can innovate more. And I really like innovation in technology and how fast paced, especially most recently, everything is going. I also like do some vibe coding on the side. So I just really enjoy this fast paced environment in tech.
Wow, I love that. I love that. I love everything about programming too. Marina, my background is engineering, and
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, anything about programming, innovation, robotics. I'm in the industrial engineer side. I'm very passionate about, so I'm always curious to about learning from other women like you in the tech area, different industries, but tech area, especially for marketing. Was there any women or a person that inspire you to get into this line of work?
Um, I'm not sure. Like I don't know. I guess the answer is a no in this case, but overall, I would say like some of the first like bigger experiences that I had, for example, going back to Allianz, I remember we had one of the strongest like female leaders on the team. And I did invite her for a coffee that I like, invited her for so I could learn more about her background for 30 minutes and see kind of how she got there. And I thought that was quite an inspiring story that she shared with me. back then, and it was like almost 20 years ago. But and I don't think we haven't really kept in touch or spoken because insurance world is too regulated, I guess, so you can't really share as much. But just kind of learning about her career progression was really interesting, kind of how she went from consulting to then working, in like, I think she was like starting off in sales or something like this, and then like gaining that experience to then climb up the kind of corporate ladder. So I think that was quite interesting. But during COVID, during 2020, I joined a Women Tech Network, and that has been quite inspiring. Like, there are lots of great women sharing their stories from all over the world and just kind of learning from each other, right? And I think this network is really cool. Like, I just love being part of that. They do like annual meetings and then some additional calls and stuff. But this one is pretty cool. And also, I'm in Austin and we have South by right now, but there are like a few events that are specifically organized around female leaders, or like just even just women who want to learn more from like opportunities out there. There's actually one event I'm going to this afternoon. Like, there's another one on Monday evening that I'm going to. So I just really like to be surrounded by other strong women leaders.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Don't we all?
Yeah.
Right? It's something about women. We love to hear someone else's story. This is why I love this kind of interview, because it's not until you see yourself in one of these women's shoes that you say, I can do this, or this is another opportunity for me, or I can pivot from here, Marina. And I think that you are an example of that, right? That leadership, sharing your story about the opportunities that women can have. So thank you for sharing that. Um, so I have a question for you because I'm always curious about that. What do you love or enjoy the most about your work?
Yeah, great question. I think it's just ability to do something different and like try something new and just go and do it. Like, because when you are, I don't know, I feel like when I was like in bigger enterprises, it's like if you have an idea, it's great, but then it's like really hard to get it actually implemented. It's like you need to like jump through so many hoops on the way. And part of why I like, running my own startup is you got an idea, you may get some feedback, iterate on that idea, then you just go do it. Like, and then you can see it in reality. And I just feel like really happy, like when I kind of see all of that incorporated and out there.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Marina, to give the opportunity to have an idea and see it through, right? And design it in the way that you want. Maybe this is what one of the reasons you went into entrepreneurship too. Am I wrong on that one?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
That free spirit. So which should bring me to I'm very curious, just listening to you, what is something that you're really proud of professionally?
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of proud how my whole kind of career span, and maybe I was like also a little bit lucky in some parts of that, but I really am thankful for everyone who like supported me in the last 20 years to really like give me that experience from the enterprise side of things, then to the agency side of things, and now in the tech, because each of those are like completely different experiences, but each of them also contributes to the next one. And it's just like so important to have the depth of knowledge and experience in different areas that I don't think someone can just like have their first kind of one role the whole life and kind of learn all that. So I'm kind of glad that I had all this kind of diverse experience in various companies and different industries, and just kind of how it all came through. Even though I stayed in marketing, like I haven't changed like what I do as much. except maybe now we have, like the people management grew over time and like a more, let's call them like soft skills.
Mhm.
But like the technical skills kind of evolved as just kind of everything evolved around us with AI and automation, all that. But I didn't like change my profession as a marketer as much, but it's more about like things that I do in addition to me kind of having that baseline have evolved over time in different settings.
Wow, that's amazing. So you bring a diverse background, focus on marketing to do different things. I have a question. How do you help your clients when they come to you and say, "Hey, Marina, I have this problem." What is something that they love about working with you?
Yeah, I think we have a very hands-on like client success team that's really trying to understand the depth of the problem and then help like solve them with our platform if it's a fit. Like sometimes it may not be a fit, although of course like we are trying to speak to the ones when there is a fit, but like if it's a fit, yeah, we're just trying to identify what are the gaps and then where we can help really. So um, and in programmatic advertising, there are lots of gaps and problems. It's really understanding what is the challenge that this specific client is experiencing and how we can address it. Just like an example, I think like about an hour ago, I shared a post on my LinkedIn about like one of the biggest issues in programmatic media for performance campaigns is like pixel tagging and setup on the website. So like this is why lots of companies don't see programmatic media work for their ads compared to other channels. So it's like if that's your problem, like that problem is addressable and we can help you fill in that gap. So it really kind of depends. Every client is different, but yeah, there are some trends for sure.
Yes, yes, I can imagine, especially as you mentioned, with all the new tech coming on board, the new strategies. So having that expert perspective that consider different aspects, right, of the business, it's what makes the difference. So what is a common myth or misconception on in your field?
Um, I think the most common misconception in like programmatic advertising is that it's only top of the funnel because it's like a lot of businesses and even sometimes agencies think, okay, if I'm running programmatic media, display ads or video or TV, whatever, that it's only for brand awareness or like top of funnel. Well, I would say that on the opposite side, sometimes they're like completely the contrary, like, oh, it needs to be last click attribution. Sometimes we have that too. And then we're like, you're in CTV ads. How are you gonna like people are not clicking on CTV. So um I would say like programmatic can leave top of funnel. It can leave like in the middle of the funnel. I would say it's very rarely like last click, definitely not from CTV, but like if you're on display. So it's, I would say that's the one that we always battle and try to educate our clients more on. So we have like lots of knowledge-based resources and like we try to get videos out there and host webinars and things. But yeah, I would say this is most probably the most common one that I would like to mention. But yeah, it really depends also on the strategy of the client. And I would say programmatic media should never be ran as a standalone activation channel for any campaign. It should be part of a bigger activation plan with other channels where each channel helps each other to close customers like together as an aggregate. So then you will evaluate it on a blended kind of return on ad spend experience versus each channel separately because they all contribute to the same set of clients to get them through the purchase or lead form or whatever is the conversion.
Perfect. So it sounds to me that one of the misconception is people tend to come like very tactical instead of seeing the entire strategy of the funnel. And that's one of the things that, people miss. And that's where your team also helps a lot on integrating those tactics into a real strategy to achieve that conversion. Did I get that right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So our team is, I would say we are pretty hands-on to help our clients get started on a platform. So we are not like, here's the dashboard, good luck, but we are like really working with clients to get them comfortable running programmatic media on the platform until they can do it themselves.
Wow, that's super cool. I love that because sometimes for me, it's very hard when people just want to do tactics. And I'm like, but what is this strategy? What is that we're trying to achieve here? I need to see the components, right? So I love that you help people do that, which I bet that helps a lot with their success. And talking about success, right? Because I want to know more about Marina. What does success mean to you that it wasn't used to, right? Because you change careers, you try different things, and sometimes that is tied to what does success mean to you. Can you share about that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, yeah, every different stage of your life, you kind of slightly adjust your priorities or like what the success looks like. I mean, I'm pretty happy growing growth channel, but I think at some point I'll most probably just like have more time to spend with the family, you know? And I feel like the success would most probably look like me spending more time with the family and while still being able to do the work and also have enough time to like educate the rest, I guess, of marketers and like media buyers. And even like I really like teaching students as well and giving the guest lectures when I do like a few times a year. So just like sharing knowledge and learnings with the rest of the world while still doing the work and like spending time with the family. So I just feel like, you know, the end goal is something like that. Where it's like you're not like rushing around and like trying to scramble your time, and like trying to put like gaps in the calendar so you can actually like, you know, go have lunch. But overall, like having a more, I don't really believe in work-life balance, but it's kind of like work-life balance, I guess.
I understand. It's a matter of like what we put as a priority, right? I agree. I think it's a reminder, as you mentioned, it's a reminder of what is important for us, which, by the way, it's amazing, right? People start finding different things that they value the most. And um which it brings me to this question too, because I think that as you mentioned, transition happens in different stages of life. Sometimes you are more focused on getting these results. Sometimes it's now I want to start spending more time with the family. So, which congratulations. I know that, that's another step, right? Especially for founders like you and social marketing industry. In the marketing industry, I know it takes a lot of hours. And in fact, I'm not sure about your situation, but many of the people I speak with in careers like yours, like the marketing, are doing amazing. It's incredible, successful in the career or business, but that success usually comes with long hours and a lot of responsibility, right? And I'm very curious because some people start thinking about the future when they want to keep that type of lifestyle level of income, but not work so hard because they want to spend more time with family or doing different things. And I think they start asking questions on how to create income beyond the work they do every day. And things like investing in stocks, bonds, or getting financial planners, real estate, crypto, silver, you name it, right? What are your thoughts about creating income outside of work?
Yeah, I think it all goes back how you define work as well as you know, other ways of income. So
Mhm.
there's one thing that really changed our success path at Growth Channel is getting the right talent. And I feel like also like growing the team and delegating to a certain point. So when you say work, work can come in differently. So for example, the way I organize my schedule is I'll have like calls in like until like morning through afternoon. And then I have time in like from early afternoon until like sometimes evening as well, sometimes night, but try not to do too much of that. Is really like the work time. Like when I do like some stuff that I need to get done, right? So then you have like calls, then you like I pick up my kids, I give him lunch, whatever. I do my work in between that time. He may go to like his extra classes or whatever. I'll do whatever else work needs to be done. And kind of all of that, I kind of mix my family time with some of the work time that needs to get done. But then I don't have calls. So then, or most of the times I don't have calls. I may have ad hoc calls, but like not the actual like big meetings, right? So that's kind of how I organize my time. And I feel like being able to delegate a lot of like work is an important element. And then being able to structure your schedule. And it's really, really helps because I feel like a lot of women, what they do, they just keep on doing things. Like
Yeah.
they're so operational for like 10, 20, 30 years, and they're still like still do all that stuff. Like they could potentially like find another like person to help them do that. Some of the things most probably can be automated with AI. We're constantly hiring, and I'm surprised to hear how many professionals still don't like use AI and automation in their day-to-day life. So I would just kind of get outside of your box and like start either like looking how I can automate some of the things, or like can I find another person to train and do that? And then you'll have more free time to be like more strategic, creative, spend more time with your family, etc. So that's one thing on like a work element. And then around like other income streams, one thing that I see and I have personally experienced is when you don't put like 100%, but you like split your time across multiple things, none of those extra things get done as well. So I wouldn't like recommend it too much. But like, yes, certain elements can be done well. Like, for example, if you are investing in like a rental property, and there are opportunities, but like you need to be comfortable doing that on a 10-year plus period to get the income back, and to not like get all your time spending on that stuff. There are like options like, for example, on Zillow and other places that can help you manage the rental, like the contracts and all that renewals and all of the claims and whatever, because it can take a lot of your time, and you don't have the time to do all that stuff. This is extra income. Like
Yeah.
this is not an extra work.
Yeah.
So it's like important to consider those things. For bonds, it's like you need to have usually like a bigger sum of investment to get bigger sum back. So I would just like do the math a little bit there to see if it makes sense. But yeah, that wasn't as like low, kind of low personal time investment kind of things. S&P 500 is pretty good as well, also like low kind of personal things. Although I have some of my friends that are like very, very active on S&P 500, and like whenever there's some news are out, they go crazy. Like it impacts their like personal, like right now oil is up like, and it like impacts all the stocks, and like everyone is going crazy of my friends like too much, and it like impacts their everything. So I would like, okay, I don't know how much you want to do that. So it's like you need to know yourself before you do all that stuff as well. But I hope this is helpful.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that. I love it. I'm gonna summarize because you gave so much great nuggets there, right? First, right? First of all, like understand yourself. That just ending that line, understand yourself and what kind of extra income you can do that aligns with your bigger mission. Second, schedule your time strategically. I love that. Like delegate, find ways automate things, right? Using AI or other tools that now we have available, and that can help you to find that time. Third, you're gonna have people who are doing this crazy things, crazy moments. I think that one of the things I love to add that is learn from them, right? Because they will share with you what they're doing. But to your point, yes, it's very challenging. I mean, just thinking about all of this details and what it takes. Because you're running a business, and then especially with these kind of details and managing teams and learning a new skill that you have to learn how to do it at what time, it just continue to consume more time. So I can see the challenge on that. So it's part of those things. So thank you for sharing that. Now let's go a little bit more into what. So Marina is these successful women. She has these goal. She's want to spend more time with the family with these amazing tips on how to manage your time better, right? But what does Marina enjoy outside of work?
Yeah, great question. I mean, my son is 7, so outside of work, I basically just have him. Like recently, but I do like taking hikes. I really enjoy like swimming and time at the beach, although I don't get that much, I would say recently, but like I used to. And just like even like spending more time with my dog and training and like I don't know, just having fun, with the family and enjoying the nature, enjoying like different cultures, traveling, all kind of normal things. I don't think we have anything that's out of like next level thing. Also, mainly because I don't have that much time to do all those kind of things. But I do like vibe coding recently.
Oh,
So it's still on my laptop, so I don't know if it's like outside of work really. But overall, like I really enjoy how fast it turns out the results. And I think like my next something of my next things will most probably be like, okay, wipe coded something. So I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, some of us geek in certain things like that too. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. So um are there any fun facts or career quirks that people might not know about you?
Yeah. I mean, I live in about 23 countries by now, so I think that's kind of interesting. Um, I like did agility training for my dog, so I
Cool.
think that's interesting. Um, but it could be like I like rafting, like mountain rafting. So yeah, I mean those are kind of maybe a few things that you may not find on my LinkedIn.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I'm always curious, right? What does women do? What does successful women do? Um, Now I have this question for you too, because I think that, as I mentioned, you're the women that can be the inspiration for other women, right? They see your journey, they want to see, I want to learn more about what she does. But what would you tell a woman who feels successful but restless?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, last time that happened to me, I got a dog. So
Love it.
I think that worked for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the answer is always kind of within you because every person is so different.
Mhm.
And what may work for you may not work for me, and the other way around. So I think you just really need to kind of spend more time thinking about you and what you want to do with your time, or like things that you like that maybe you should incorporate into your schedule. The things that work with me on my schedule, which is pretty crazy if I don't like put blockers. So I put blockers. I put blockers on my schedule to make sure like people don't like take this time for a meeting with me because I want to get work done. I need to pick up my son or whatever. So like I just like work around blockers on my calendar, but it's also because I leave on the calendar. So it's like if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening basically. So, but not everyone is like that. So I feel like every person have their own way of managing their time, and they just need to understand what works for them specifically. Like the other day, I was reading like Jeff Bezos doesn't take meetings until 10. Like I don't do like this. I work different, but like this is how he does it. Or like Elon Musk has like very particular time when he goes to sleep, and I'm like, okay, great. Like nice. Like it works for him. Like doesn't work really for me, but everyone is different. So I feel like the answer is kind of within. So you just need to go and I don't know, go on a hike or go to sauna, whatever makes you relax, and then think about it like deeply.
Yeah, I love it. Think about it deeply. And you mentioned a little bit earlier too, when you're trying to do too many things at the same time, right? It doesn't allow you to focus on things, right? It's not the best thing. And what you're saying too is like, hey, block your time, figure out a system that works for you so you can find a time to focus or even rest. And I think that that's a great advice for women. We live operationally, like you mentioning, so many things. Let's get it done. We are all over the place. And sometimes for some people, living that way is very stressful, and they don't realize, especially for women, what they're doing to their nervous system and all of those things. So I think that's an amazing advice, Marina. So if people want to get hold of you or connect with you, what is the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, I'm pretty open to connections on LinkedIn, so you can find me and send me a message. I'd love to chat. Um, just don't spam me. As long as you don't spam me, we're good.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Marina, for taking the time. I know that our audience will love this interview to hear more about you, who you are as a human being. And I know you're going to inspire a lot of women out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jen.
You've been listening to Catch Your Spark with Jen Maldonado, where bold women lead the way. Ready to share your spark? Apply to be a guest at catchherspark.com/guest.